It normally doesn't take this long. Okay. Alright. Hi, everyone. Um, sorry about that. It still doesn't have me showing the chat. Um, but yeah. Okay. This is very weird. I apologize in advance for what is happening. Okay, so that says 1, but this says, oh. Um, okay then. Okay, hi everyone. Um, let me know if you guys can hear me. 'Cause, um, I don't know what is going on. The chat box isn't showing up. Um, okay, this is so bizarre. Um, can you guys hear me at all? Like, at all? 'Cause I don't know what is going on. It's not showing me. It's not giving me any kind of good data. There it goes. Okay. Okay. Um, let's see. Ah, good. Okay. I think stuff is working now. It's feeding me actual good data. So, I think it's working. I think. Um, my apologies if it's not. Um, but yeah. Okay, it seems to be working. I mean, there's nothing like elementary wrong with it. So, alright, welcome everyone. It is still showing me mixed up data, isn't it? I don't know what is going on. Um, for those of you that are very, very confused, I totally get it. I am confused because it's not updating the view count for me. Um, but let's see. Bear with me a second, guys. Well, there's nobody watching. Um, okay. Hello. Um, I can't see data on how many people are watching, so my apologies. I can't tell how many people are watching whatsoever. Oh, now it updates. Okay. That's bizarre. Alright, anyway, let's get into the stream. We've lost a subscriber already. That's brilliant. We want to be gaining, not losing. Um, Alright, welcome to the stream, everyone. Sorry we got off on a bit of a bad note. But we are back now, in a positive note. So, this is Social Media Tycoon. Yeah. This is Social Media Tycoon. This is the game that we are building. So, we are going to get right into it. Alright, whoa. My computer just had a gigantic lag spike. So feel free to say something in the chat too. I try to respond to everyone when my computer is working, that is. Anyway, in the last episode, we finished the Instagram floor. So I have a list of the floors that we are going to be making. So the next floor is a Twitter floor. Yeah, this should be really, really interesting. Alright, so for those of you who are unaware about how I got the droppers, a viewer made them. Clash did a really nice job making the, why do I keep saying Clash did a really nice job making the droppers. So thank you, Clash, for making those. But yeah. So the next step that we have to, the next thing that we have to do is we have to, oh, what was I gonna say? Right, we have to make the second floor. So in order to do that, we are going to go under the Tycoon, and the floor is under the essentials because, the floor is an essential thing. You have to have a floor to be able to stand. Right? That seems like a logical thing. That's why it's under essential. So, you need to be able to have the floor under essential. You also need to be able to duplicate it, like so. And drag it under purchases. We are going to now rename this to be floor 2. Floor 2. And it's because this is the second floor. So, now that we have our floor done. Oh, you're kidding me. Delete, delete, delete. Sorry, I messed something up. Let's see. That would be why. Alright. Let's try this again. Bear with me, I'm having issues on my end. Wait, I forgot a flare. Creation. Apply. Alright. So, now that we are here, hang on, responding to a text. Okay. So, now that we're here, we need to bring floor 2 up. When I mean up, I mean like literal up. Okay, so now we can turn collisions off. Hey, look at that. My Roblox studio is not Roblox studio. My YouTube studio is working relatively normally now. That is fantastic. Um so now what we need to do is there is no space for us to add a ladder. Oh gosh, this is a nightmare in every single way. People are chatting and I can't see it. All right. So now all we need to do is go. Oh, and we need to add lights too, by the way. Um, all we need to do is add in a hole in the floor so that the player can climb up. So we're gonna have this hole be literally right here. Oh, and we also need a hole for the drops to come down in. Um, that is a fairly important thing. And when I say fairly, I mean very important thing. You always want to have that. Because you need a spot for the drops to come down. Right? If you're going to have multiple floors, you need a spot for the drop to come down. Why do I keep repeating myself? Okay, so now duplicate. Collisions are not on, so we do not... Hang on. Okay, so... Gosh, stats are terrible this stream. Well, it's still early. Okay, so... Now, we literally just need to drag this over just a little bit. And voila. Scale it. Okay. So now we have got space for a ladder. So now what we're going to do is duplicate and literally just bring this over if it'll move with collisions on, which it won't. Scale. Let's bring it down to at least that. Now it should move with collisions on. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay. And with collisions on, that lets us do that. And bring that back a little bit. For the, okay, I'm gonna reboot my machine, because this is driving me absolutely nuts. So sorry I won't be able to see, chat messages for a small amount of time. Very small, but nonetheless still an amount of time. So now the next thing that we need to do is put a hole in for we need to put a small hole in the floor so that our droppers can actually drop things through the hole in the floor. Believe it or not, droppers do that. Um, Hello there. What the heck just happened? Um, Sorry, everything is like booting back up all at once. Um, so once again, bear with me. Everything just booted back up all at once on my machine, so I'm trying to deal with that. Okay. Alright. We're back. So, the next thing that we need to do is right. So, now we need one more um let's see. Yeah, totally know what I'm saying. Um Alright. So, yep. Now we're just going to duplicate this and bring it forward just a little bit. Not down, but forward a little bit. Alright. So, now that I have both of my hands back, alright. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to scale this like so. And we are going to add in another couple of pieces there. Control Z. Can I Control Z that? Yes, I can. And turn collisions off. Control D. Move it back to here. Collisions. On the no. Okay. This is the hard part. Alright. Moving this. There we go. So now that that is on the same level, we need to get this on the same level too. I hate it when that happens. Like, really hate it when that happens. There we go. So now we need a little piece here. Like that. Duplicate it. Nope, Control Z. Don't duplicate it. Okay. So now, all we need to do is... Alright, that'll work. It'll hang over a little bit, but... Turn collisions off. Control D. Move it. Turn collisions back on. Or not. Alright, just eyeball it. Works out totally fine. Alright, so now we just have a bunch of pieces named Floor 2. What are we going to do with them, you ask? Well, we're going to make sure that we actually select all of them. Rename Floor 2. Done. Alright. So now that we have Floor 2 done, we are now going to, well, first of all, not even first of all, but we need to put some lights in. Even if it's just a little bit, we need to put some lights in. So under models here, I'm going to search up light. I've generally gone with the ceiling light. And generally, what you can do is you can make them part of... Whoa, not what I meant to do. You can make them part of the floor, so that when you duplicate them, they're still part of the floor that you were working on. And there we go. Alright, so now the next step is getting a ladder. Ladder. Okay. So let's see. Down, first of all. Okay. So now what we can do is hopefully can slide it into place right around here. Collisions. Da-doom, da-doom. Turn collisions off to scale. And you're going to want to come up till about there for this. Alright, so now we have our ladder in, and we need to bring the ladder in under the group of purchases. So under the purchases, we now have a truss, which we are going to rename to ladder. Alright, so now that that is in, we have to hook up the buttons. So, let's see, buttons. There they are. Alright. Right. Upgrade walls. There we go. And we don't want to be using scale. Using scale is a bad idea. So what we want to do is now we want this to be by second floor. Let's have it be like 400. Alright, so now we have the second thing in, and value would be wall 3 for dependency. Now dependency is, so it takes the dependency and looks at it and says, when this thing becomes active, what do I do? So now floor 2, price 400. Nice. Now after this, just duplicate, move over, rename by ladder. We'll make that 450. Not 4,500, but 450. Now dependency would be floor 2. Object would be ladder. And price would be 450. So before we can do anything with the Twitter droppers, okay, so now what we have to do is simply this. We need to duplicate the conveyor from below, which is an interesting process, so I'm going to walk you guys through it as I do this. So, under here we have conveyor. So actually, let's go through all of the parts of the essentials. So, under essentials, you have the spawn, which is right here, which is where the player spawns. So, once again, to repeat, this is the spawn, which is where the player originally spawns. Over here you have the collector parts, which is where the player collects their cash, or currency. We'll call it currency for now. Then you have the conveyor, which is the thing that moves the drops from the droppers down the conveyor into the part collector. The part collector, I have tried, and believe me, it does not work. The part collector, you don't want to duplicate that. that stays on the first floor. Believe me when I say it, it needs to stay on the first floor. And here is why. In the game code, now mind you, I did not write this code. I did not write the code for the Tycoon. This is a kit that I found on the Roblox Studio store. And in the code for that game, the person who created the game set it so that the part looks for the part collector. The part looks for the part collector. Sorry, I know I keep repeating myself. The game looks for the part collector, and when the drop touches the part collector, it disappears, and its value gets transferred over into the collector. Now, the giver here is the little pad that you step on to collect the money. Yep, you heard me right. That is the little pad that you step on to collect the money. The only part that we are duplicating, and here it'll even do it for me, I think. Well, not in the way I wanted. The only part that we are duplicating is the conveyor. Now, why aren't we duplicating anything else, you might be asking? Well, here's a little bit of a reason for you. So, the reason that we're not really duplicating anything else is because a lot of the stuff is under the essentials for a reason. You know, it's under essentials because it is essential. It wouldn't be under essentials if it was just something that you could get rid of. You know, if it's under essentials, then it's got to be really, really essential. Like, has to be. Like, no other option. It has to be essential. Like the part collector, there can only be one of those. If there's two of them, then the entire game breaks. Like, if there is two part collectors, the entire game breaks. If there are two givers, again, the entire game breaks. Literally. Like, I cannot stress the importance of actually having the essentials where they need to be. So, for the record, just so that you guys know, there's like a 20-second delay between the, between what I say and when it gets over to YouTube servers. So, essentially, what I said was that the essentials, other than the conveyor, need to stay in essentials, otherwise the game will break. So, yeah. Now that we have conveyor 2, there are certain parts that we need to get rid of. The conveyor area is fine. The conveyor area is perfectly fine the way it is. Hang on a second, guys. Thank you for subbing. That just pushed us past the 40 subscriber mark. You guys have no idea how happy that makes me. I am not like the other YouTubers in the sense that, I set out to do YouTube to make people happy. You know, and I'm just gonna flat out say it. Um, I originally did not start off like that. Um, Originally, little fifth grade me had this giant, sort of dream that, you know, he was gonna be the biggest YouTuber ever, and by the time he was in freshman year of high school, was gonna have all this money and wouldn't need school or anything. Yeah, no, that never happened. Um, Quite frankly, that never happened, and I hope it never does because, you know, when I first started YouTube, as I've mentioned, um, I just wanted to, be popular. But now, as I've done YouTube over the years, I see that doing YouTube isn't just about, how many subscribers you have and how much money you make off of it. No, it's a lot more than that. It is not only talking about the fact, not talking about, it is not only wanting to do this. In order to really be successful at being a good YouTuber and keeping audiences engaged, you have to want to do this. You have to want to make videos. And you have to want to talk into a microphone and look like an absolute idiot while doing it. And you have to want that. And, recently I've been taking a course on a program called vidIQ that it wasn't, what's it called? It's called a Launch Your YouTube Channel in 30 Days. And it is for people who think about starting a YouTube channel and want to do it, and it is a little bit of guidance, and it definitely would have helped me when I first started out around 3 years ago, a little over. And one of the things that the guy teaching the course said was that, hang on. Sorry, I'm typing stuff in. I have to concentrate on typing, otherwise what I'm saying is going to come out when I'm typing. Essentially, what he was saying is he hears the phrase thinking about starting a YouTube channel way too much. It's that word, thinking. The word thinking is not doing. And, the word thinking, essentially, it's not doing. I'm only a couple episodes into it, but the course essentially said that, every time you think about starting a YouTube channel, but you don't do it, somebody else is getting ahead of you in the field that you want to be in. So stop thinking about creating a YouTube channel and create that channel. I would love to get enough fellow creators that we can do like a big group live stream. I would love to do that, and I've been trying to do that for years. Not years. Years is an exaggeration. Sorry. But I've been trying to do that for the past couple of weeks. And, um, you know, I would love to be able to do that, and I would love to be able to have, more than two people take me up on that. Um, so, um, but yeah, as I've done YouTube the past couple of years, um, it's occurred to me that I'm really not on YouTube to make money. You know, I'm really on YouTube to continue making people happy. Because it is an incredibly good feeling on both ends. Like today, live streaming, now. Like, I'm just talking into a microphone. I'm wearing a headset, I'm talking into the air, and the person in the room next to me, which is my mom's room, if she's up here, she probably thinks I'm absolutely crazy. Um, no response, good. Or bad. Um, but, you know, one of these days I'm gonna be boarding in a dorm, and, I'm gonna have my own room, but it's not gonna be soundproof. Now I'm gonna be live streaming and talking into a camera, or talking into a microphone, or whatever the heck I'm talking into at that point, if YouTube is still even around. It it's gonna look incredibly stupid, but it is worth it when you know that on the other end of your stupidity, in terms of how you look, on the other end of that stupid look, that you are making someone happy. And if you're not making someone happy, you're still reaching out to someone. And especially right now with the crisis of COVID-19, um, it took away my graduation. I was gonna go out and have fun with my friends over the summer, and it ruined that. But I'm not letting that get to me. I'm an introvert. I don't mind being locked down. A lot of people mind being locked down, and I've gone stir crazy twice. Once was after the initial 2-week quarantine block, when they extended it for another couple weeks. And second was the thought of being stuck in the house all summer, because today was my last day of classes. So yeah. Um, some of those are horrifying thoughts, and they make you go absolutely stir crazy. And um, you know, I tend not to go stir crazy. Um, you know, I'm an introvert. I don't mind being alone. Well, not alone, but I don't mind not being around people for a long time. Um, and I was never very social whatsoever. Like, ever. Um, but you know what? Throughout the past couple years, I've learned to, go out and, well, go out metaphorically speaking. Well, not metaphorically speaking. I don't know. Speaking terms in general. I have learned that by stepping out of my comfort zone, that I've become more social. I've become more social. You know, I've been part of a robotics team, and you know, I found my passion in that. I found my passion in squash, and I've been able to find my passion in various different things. Um, Partially because of the fact that, well, not partially, because of the fact that I stepped out of my comfort zone. And you know what? Everybody needs to step out of their comfort zone. You know, oh, let's see. When I was 12, I think, I went to my first sleepaway camp, and it was a good 500 miles away from home. For a 12-year-old that has never been to a summer camp that's a sleepaway without parents, it was horrifying. It ended up being possibly the best week of my life. Um, and I don't regret a single piece of it. But that was out of my comfort zone. And me being the 12-year-old me, I didn't go out of my comfort zone a lot. You know, it was weird for me. It was a very, very weird thing for me because I was never the kind to voluntarily go to a sleepaway camp without my parents. The closest thing I got to that was going to the Outer Banks with one of my friends and his parents. My dad was across the country at a conference at the time, otherwise he would have come with us. But oh boy, that's fun. Oh, lovely. There we go. Twitter dropper is now officially decaled. Um, but you know that was the closest I had ever gotten, and I'm still friends with him. And um, he's actually been calling me while I've been on stream to try to play Battlefront 2. Um, so you know we are still very close friends, and we still have a ton of memories from that trip, like when he got his shoe stuck on top of the freezer case. Um, and um, this is gonna sound generic. Like I know every YouTuber says stuff along these lines. All right, that's not a surprise to me. I know it sounds generic, but all in all, it is still the same amount of importance that you take those risks. The only reason I am where I am now today, let's just use this channel for an example. The only reason that I am where I am today in this channel is because I took that risk. I took that risk. I went out onto the I went out and recorded that first YouTube video. It might not have been a good video whatsoever, and it was 5th grade me, so my voice was probably like really high, probably higher than I can get it now. But that doesn't matter. I still went and took that little bit of a risk. I went and recorded that YouTube video. And you know what? I'm sitting here live streaming with 2 viewers and 42 subscribers. And that is absolutely mind-blowing to see how far I've come just by taking that one risk. So, you know, I'm not trying to start like a challenge or anything, but I would challenge you guys to I would definitely challenge you guys to go and take a step out of your comfort zone. You know, you're never gonna know if you like something or not if you don't try it. That point has still not come across to my grandparents. But um that is the viewer count. That is how many viewers are watching at a given time. Um Wait, you said left hand, right? Yes. Okay. I know what I'm doing. That is a good thing. Let's see. I've got not hex, it would be RGB. 29 161 242. Will it let me do that? Yes, it will. But another example of taking a risk would be, or at least for me, would be, let's see. Oh, yeah, oratory. This past year, I presented on Tuesday. And let me tell you, let me just tell you that I only half knew what the heck I was doing. You know, I had run through the speech so many times that it is not even funny. Like, I had run through it 3 times every day. I had made edits. I had conferenced in with my teacher about various different things. None of my special dress shirts fit, so I had to steal one of my dad's, and it looked absolutely ridiculous. But I still don't like public speaking. And this is going to sound very, very sappy and all. But doing YouTube and doing YouTube and working doing YouTube and talking into the microphone and having enthusiasm and enunciating my words to try to get the point across. Using different tones when I'm like surprised. Or when I'm like kind of sad, I sort of use this tone. Or when I'm just like trying to talk in general and I'm excited, I use my normal voice. And and I've never liked public speaking. It's never been something that I enjoy. It just never has been. And I know what you guys are thinking. I know you're thinking, where the heck is this going? Well, this is going in the direction. Hang on. Dinner order. Where was I? Ah, right. Oratory. Public speaking. Um, so, right. You know, I never liked doing any kind of public speaking whatsoever. Um, but talking, doing YouTube and talking into the microphone, no matter how stupid it might look, helps. It really helps. It really does help. Believe me, it does. Um, let's see. That's a pastel violet. So instead of Discord, I want sticky notes. Pastel violet is going to be the black. Okay, let's see. So pastel violet goes to 20, 23, 26. Control C. Alright, so now all of the pastel violet stuff goes to that. So now I can switch back over. And we can go and switch the stuff that is pastel violet over to a black. Now, whoa. What did I just do? I just selected everything. Did not mean to do that whatsoever. Everyone makes mistakes. Um, so pastel violet, I said, right? So for those of you asking, what am I doing? I am transforming our little dropper here into, I believe these are all pastel violet. Yep, all of the wedges can be that. I am transforming our Instagram dropper into a Twitter dropper. Also, huge thanks to fellow developer and subscriber Clash for the overall design of the dropper. I'm not trying to do anything to your design. I just want to change up the color theme a little bit, if you know what I mean. Let's see here. Messages. Sorry, I'm texting with my mom about dinner. Alright. So cyan, black, pink. That's the next thing. And that is the only pink I see. So yeah, we're gonna keep that there. Let's see. Dark gray. Dark gray. So pink will be dark gray. I need to write that down. Dark gray is now pink. So that is 101, 119, 134. Alright. So now we just need to sift through the parts to see if there is any other pink. Nope. No other pinks. Okay. Next color that's not already pearl. Pearl will be the light gray. Pearl, light gray. So I know there are a couple pearls in here. So this is now 170, 184, 194. Voila! I don't know where that happens to be, but and needless to say, in this live stream, we are probably only going to get done the second floor. I try to do more than one floor per stream, but seeing as we've already been going for an hour and have literally gotten like nowhere, because I've been talking and because I had so many issues starting the stream and getting it going, we're probably not gonna make it onto the third floor, but next week I will try to do those in sync. Not in sync, but I'll try to do both of them so that we can hopefully finish this game in around 4 episodes. Okay, any that are pearl now become this. So, any pearls. And we're into the wedges now. And we should know from experience that wedges do not have any other color besides the now black in them. Alright, yellowish orange. Whoops, did not mean to go into the Discord. Okay. Yellowish orange is now, let's see. Yellowish orange is now extra light gray. So this is like a nice dark color, so I don't know why we're putting it as white, but hey, whatever works. 225, 3, or 232, 237. Ooh. That's like literally the exact same color. Oh well. So now any that say BR yellowish like this now becomes that. And stuff like this. What? No. Nope. That's not right. The one that says pearl is what we need to do. Now, there we go. That looks a lot better. And sorry if you guys are putting messages in the chat. I'm trying to look at them, but I'm also trying to get the color codes and stuff. So bear with me there. I think we've got 2 colors left. Pastel orange is going to be our extra light gray. So 245, 248, 250. What I'm saying is the color codes, by the way. Alright, I forgot to copy it. That's fine. So 255, 232, 237, Control A, C. There we go. Again, any that are pastel orange are now this color. So, we've literally got like one part left. Okay. So, I might just leave that as that. But put this in as it's fine. So that is what our Twitter dropper looks like. So, man, those are stats that I'm not used to seeing. I'm looking at our viewer trends, and it is all over the place, which is not a bad thing. It's probably been a bunch of different people, which is good. Don't get me wrong. It's a good thing. Just to confirm, Twitter. Yep. All right. Duplicate. Move. Doo-doom. Doo-doom. Let me shut that off. All right. So, by the way, guys, if you watch the latest Slime Miniatures video, which is episode 31, at the time of recording, you'll recall I mentioned adding a stand-up desk into my setup, and that I did. There is now a stand-up desk in my setup, which some people might call a bad thing, but honestly, I just call it improvising. What it does is it lets me see the alert of stuff that is coming in from the stream. It lets me see the chat box and stuff like that. And it catches my attention because it's right in front of me. This is the easy part. The next part is the hard part. Nope. Alright. Control D. Also, but yeah, on that note, it lets me see the chat logs. It does definitely let me keep track of chat logs a little bit better. Which is not a bad thing, because I catch stuff in the corner of my eye, and it lets me talk to you guys a little bit through the chat, which is not a bad thing. You know, I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy, which is, that sentence is very weird coming from an introvert. But it is true. I do enjoy talking to people. You know, I enjoy talking to people, and I don't know where this is going. Sorry, I literally totally lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. But I previously mentioned that this is the easy part. And yes, this is the easy part. duplicating the droppers is the easiest part of this because it does not take any kind of design knowledge whatsoever to do. All you have to do is just Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. Easiest thing that you will ever do. Not scale. Well, collisions, and then move. Down. There we go. So, obviously, this needs a little bit of work here. Now, we don't have to keep it to the same color scheme. What do I mean by that? Well, right, we need to change this. Drop value Twitter. What I meant by my color value statement was the simple fact that I had a key I was going by. I don't need to go by that key anymore. Let's see. Let's have this be the blue. So this is now 29161.242. Aha! That looks nice. We'll get to the upgrader after this. What did I say pink was? I have this written down for a reason. Pink is dark gray. So this pink now goes to 101, 119, and 134. Alright, model. I did not write this down, so we will just simply put this as an extra light gray. Or no, this was white. Yeah, 255, 255, 255. Voila. Now, here's the fun part. This just goes to 255, 255, 255. Because that's the same color as the other one. Daisy Orange is blue, so 29. I think it's 131. 161. 29, 161, 242. Da-da. Okay, and now literally these three three little pieces. We still got a little bit left to the stream. I know it's long. I'm sorry. I took a lot of the stream to talk to you guys because talking to subscribers is literally the best thing that you can do. Talking to subscribers is honestly just great. Even if it's through the chat. And even if I go on rants, not rants, but even if I talk about things for a long time on stream, because you know what? People need to talk about things. That's a thing. And right now, especially in the time of the crisis that we are in, it is important that people go out and not go out. That's going against the point. But it is important that people reach out and talk to one another. Even if it's a video game. Even if it's a video call. Video game. Just whatever it is. I don't care. Just go and talk to people. You know, people need to talk to one another. And if you don't talk to one another, then it is an entirely different conversation about, mental health and whether you're doing everything to keep yourself happy than if you're reaching out and talking to people. And if you reach out and talk to people, even if it's doing what I'm doing, even if it's going live and literally talking to yourself out loud in a room with a bunch of stuffed animals surrounded by screens, even if it's doing that, it is something. And part of what has made live streaming so fun for me is knowing that I am bringing joy to people. It is not that easy to bring joy to people. There are some people on this earth that need cheering up and need a lot of it. And we need to realize that. And as a society, we need to boost those people. We need to boost their self-esteem. We need to boost their happiness. And I say this with a lot of passion. Partially because I was never social when I was in kindergarten and first grade. I pretty much started becoming social in 6th grade. I'll be a freshman in a week. Like, that is how... And mind you, 5th grade was when I started this YouTube channel. So, my message to you guys of, this stuff does help. Running a YouTube channel, it does help with, public speaking. It totally does. It totally does. And it helps me in ways that you guys probably can't even imagine. I've seen a lot of things on TikTok of when you become one of these popular creators. I'm not saying I'm popular by any means. Look at me, I've got 42 subscribers. I'm not saying 42 is a bad number. It is a great number. But I've seen things about how your happiness goes down. And I could see that. And, the fall is going to be interesting. Fall of this year will be interesting, but especially fall of 2021. When hopefully the COVID-19 stuff is past us, and we can all go to school and be happy and stuff. That would be the honest goal. I'm gonna make this blue. And, next year will be my freshman year. And there's gonna be some things that I have to figure out. Like, what is the school workload like? What is the workload like? Compared to what I have now, it's probably going to be a boatload. And I know that, and I see it coming. I really do. But what that's going to mean is that, right now I'm getting videos up Sunday, Thursday, Friday, and Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm getting 4 videos a week, sometimes 5, and at least a live stream. And it is purely, I don't know what it is. It might be the fact that I know exactly what it is. It is the fact that we are all stuck in quarantine, and I'm taking the opportunity to make videos to try to make people happy during quarantine. And I hope that for the sake of people's mental health and physical health, that this lockdown only lasts another month or so. And from a personal point of view, I'm on a robotics team. I play Ultimate Frisbee. All of those things got canceled this summer. I want those to be able to start back up. I want to be programming team leader on my robotics team one last year, because this would be the last year that I can do it. I want to be programming team leader one last year. And if stuff doesn't open back up, then I can't do that. And you know what? I'll live with it. Because, you know what? The human race evolves. We evolve and we adapt. We adapt to new situations. Like this one. I bet you that a year ago, if I asked you the question, where do you see yourself right now? You wouldn't say, in quarantine, stuck at home, trying not to get sick. I bet you wouldn't say that. And that's normal. Because nobody would have said that. You know, none of us saw this coming, and none of us wanted this to happen. You know, I don't think anybody wanted this to happen to the human race or to mankind in general. I certainly would not want it to happen to anyone. But you know what? We adapt, and I know for me, the CDC and the World Health Organization said that we should have a coronavirus vaccine between 12 and 18 months from when this thing first came out. And that is probably between February to August of next year. Now, I know for some people, that's like, oh my god, you know, February of next year, how are we going to live like this? Well, the answer is, we're not going to live like this stuck in our homes. You know, yes, people are going to be working from homes, but hopefully, as a nation, as a world, we can go from phase 1 to phase 2. And hopefully, that will be a smooth transition. Hopefully. And hopefully, this time next year, as I'm finishing up freshman year, we won't be having this discussion of, you know, when is stuff going to open back up, and, you know, are we going to be able to have normal lives in a year? Hopefully, in a year, we will be able to go back to normal lives. Hopefully, they will have found some kind of vaccine. And I read an article the other day, and we all know that they've been testing vaccines around the coronavirus and COVID-19 for gosh, I don't even know. Um hopefully in a year, we won't have to worry about that. Or, no, right, articles. They've been testing vaccines, and even if it's not the vaccine, and if they find a vaccine that works, even if it's not the vaccine, they're still going to release it if it works. Because for people's mental health, because for the health of humans, regardless of if it's mental or physical, if we can get rid of a month of time that we have to be locked down, not able to do the things we love, not able to go to the gym, not able to see our coworkers, not able to go out and hang out and go roller skating with friends on a Friday night. Now, if we can get a month with a vaccine that might not be the vaccine, but nonetheless a vaccine, if we can get a month off of that time, it's going to be worth it. And I strongly believe that it's going to be worth it. I really do. Because, as I mentioned before, the human race is an incredible species. We adapt, we evolve, and we are incredibly resilient. I don't have any of the scientific studies to prove any bit of what I just said, but from what I've heard, that is what we are. We are resilient, we adapt, and we evolve. And there are going to be some things that come out of this lockdown. Like, if there are any other teenagers watching here, I'm sorry to break the news to you. But there's going to be, like, no more snow days. Virtual school, once we know if it works, well, we know it works. It's not the most ideal. But there are going to be, like, no more snow days. They're just going to say, weather looks bad tomorrow. We're going virtual. There's going to be no snow days anymore. You know, it'll still be a nice break, but it'll still be virtual school. And, you know, that is absolutely no fun whatsoever. But stuff like that is going to come out of this. You know, it's just going to happen. But, like, yeah. Totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, um, let's see. Arial. Rename. Twitter dropper 5. And that needs to be 1,000, not 100,000. Yeah. 1,000. There we go. So the only other thing we have left to do now is hook up the walls. This is gonna be a really long stream. All right, I'll do the walls though. It's fine. Upgrader, walls, done. 1,000. I don't know why it took so long to do this. It took like an obnoxiously long time to get through the floor today. Let's see. Now Twitter upgrader. Rename by Twitter upgrader 1100. Dependency 5 object. Twitter upgrader. Price 1100. Alright, Twitter upgrader. Got it. So now for the last little bit, just Control D. Alright, wall 1 now becomes wall 4. Wall 2 now becomes wall 5. And wall 3 now becomes wall 6. So we've got just a tiny, tiny bit of editing of the walls to do. And then put the buttons in, and we're done. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so that is fixed. For those who are unclear on what I'm doing, the original walls had a spot for the door in them. So, get rid of that. So, what we need to do is get rid of the spot for that door. And make it so that it is all one solid wall. Which, in the end, is much, much easier said than done. For the record. Alright. Let's see. Get rid of that. We just need the little part at the... Ooh, yeah, get rid of that. Now we literally just need the little part on top. Oh, there it is. Get rid of that. Alright. Where does it? Okay, that works. Um. All right, my dinner's here. So, we're gonna finish this up and then test it. Hopefully fairly quick. If there are any errors, I will go back on my own time and fix them. Um, Friday is family dinner night, so. Alright. And now, wall color. Wall 4. That's going to be our cyan, which will be 29161 242. Alright, now wall 5 is going to be our black, which is 202326. And now wall 6 is going to be our dark gray at 101 119 134. Okay, now walls test done. So while I put the walls on, I need to make a phone call, and then, yeah. Sorry guys, I was on the phone with my mom. Um, Dependency. Let's see. It's Twitter dropper 1. Or, sorry, 2. Object, wall, 4. Object, or price, 1200. Alright, and now, Control D. It's testing my patience. One of these comes over here and becomes upgrade walls. At 1350. Dependency will now be wall 4. Object, wall 4. Wall 5. Price, 1350. And now this, we can Control C, Control V, move it over a bit, rename to 1500. Dependency, wall 5. Object should be wall 6. Price, 1500. Okay. Alright, no new chat logs. Cool. Now that that's in, let's save. Let's test this. Like I said, if there are any issues, I will fix them on my own time. There's already an issue. We didn't do the... Let's see. Control D, drop color, Twitter. It's a nice blue. Drop value, Twitter. And upgrade value, just one of them. Rename. Upgrade value. Twitter. So that's 10. So the answer 20 for upgrade value. Drop value will be 10. And we got color. Okay, now let's take a shot at playing this. Alright, so nothing upstairs immediately stops working. So that is a good thing. Alright, now we need 50. I will change the Instagram drop. Bear with me. I will probably have to go back and change it again later, but drop color Insta. It's gonna be purple now. I don't know if that'll sync up. Nope, not one bit. Okay, so this hopefully shouldn't take too long. My dinner's getting cold downstairs. I'm sacrificing dinner for you guys. You're welcome. Alright. Don't mind us just casually waiting for the cash to roll in. Aha, cash rolled in. I know how to script a tiny bit. I do know how to script, not well, but I know it nonetheless. Okay, well, the second floor went in very, very well. So that is a very, very good thing. They drop. It worked. Ha ha. I don't know where that is. gotta let me finish testing, and then I will leave the game. Okay, so all of the walls and buttons are in. Once again, bear with me. Okay. Alright, so I know one thing we need to do, and Clash was the one that suggested this in the last one. What you do is so what we need to do is just do this and rename the new one decoy. Make this one transparency 1. And then scale this to be like that. Alright, so guys, unfortunately I have to go eat dinner, so thank you all for watching the stream. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see hopefully all of you in the next episode of whatever video or the next stream. Once again, thank you guys, and see you later.